Coming up in our next fight, we've got another fantastic one for you. Moving up a weight class to the lightweights, Hamid Castro. He is 0-1. Bobby Casale, he's also 0-1. Somebody's coming out with their first victory tonight here at Triton Fights 6. Absolutely looking forward to those fights and all of the fights on this amazing card that we have tonight. For the introduction of our next fighters, let's go back to our ring announcer, Steve Peacock.
Now entering the cage from the blue corner, Hamid Bad Boy Castro.
Got a belt coming into the ring here. Now this is novice rules, two fighters who are 0-1, so that belt not from this promotion. Don't be confused about that, but we've got an interesting fight coming up for us right now. Hamid Castro, the first fighter coming in. Again, he is 0-1, looking for his first win, and representing Renzo Gracie, this time out of Renzo's main base, the New York City Academy, Eric.
Yeah, he switched gyms between his last fight and this fight. So you saw him representing another gym earlier on when his first fight happened a few months ago. So maybe he thought it was time to step up the game and start training with the big dogs over at Renzo's in New York City.
And there are certainly some big dogs, some of the biggest at Renzo's gym, and of course the big dog himself, Master Renzo Gracie. We see Hamid Castro getting ready for this lightweight prelim, again under the novice rules. In fact, every fight on our prelims are under the novice rules. To introduce our next fighter, let's go back to ring announcer Steve Peacock.
And now entering the cage from the red corner, Bobby Ankles Casale.
Bobby Ankles Casale. Don't know if he's going to win this fight, but I think best nickname may be already in his pocket right now. Bobby Ankles Casale, 19 years old. He is fighting out of Long Island MMA. Again, we've seen some Long Island MMA fighters here. These are guys who you, Eric and Dave, are all very familiar with. One of the big, well-known gyms on Long Island. Producing many fantastic fighters, and with many fantastic fighters employed there and coaching out of there. People like Ryan LaFleur, who we've seen here tonight, and I don't see if he's over there in the corner right now for this one. Oh, there he is. I see his hat. He's got the lovely hat on. He just popped in. He is here with Bobby Ankles Casale. He's looking for his first win. Either Casale or Castro coming out with their first win tonight. Casale, 19 years old, 5'11", weighing in right at the 155-pound limit, an 0-1 record. Castro, 26 years old, 6 feet tall, 0-1 as well, weighing in at 156 pounds. Now for the official fighter introductions, here's ring announcer Steve Peacock.
First up, we have a 26-year-old who stands at 6 foot tall and weighed in at 156 pounds. He has an 0-1 record. Representing Renzo Gracie, New York City, and hailing from the Lower East Side, Loisaga, Manhattan, out of the blue corner, Hamid Bad Boy Castro. His opponent is a 19-year-old who stands at 5'11" and weighs 155 pounds. He has an 0-1 record and represents LIMMA. Out of the red corner, Bobby Ankles Casale. Someone's always got to go.
That is indeed the case, Mr. Peacock. We have got Bobby Casale taking on Hamid Castro, both 0-1 in this lightweight prelim, novice rules. Long Island MMA versus Renzo Gracie, NYC. Somebody looking for their first victory in this lightweight scrap, and we are just about to get started. And here we go. Castro throwing out a double jab there, and then a leg kick landed by Casale. Now Ankles versus Bad Boy may sound like an episode of the old Dick Tracy show, but this is an MMA fight that we've got going on between Bobby Ankles Casale, who's got the neck of Castro on the feet. It's going to be hard to get that unless he pulls guard here. Oh, now he's got good leverage. And Castro's able to get it out. Knee lands to the arm. Again, LIMMA, a great place to learn mixed martial arts, a great place to learn a variety of skills. Casale now with Castro up against the fence. Castro ends up going for that trip and getting the back of Casale. He's got one hook in and looking for the neck. Not a good spot early on, Eric.
No, definitely not. And from Castro's last fight, you realize he has very good ground control and very good ground game. He's more of a grappler-oriented fighter.
He's under that neck, but now he's giving it up to get into full mount and then take the back again, but then slides off up against the cage. Ankles getting out of the way of that, but again, has his neck. Boy, he's really going for that neck today. It looks like that's Castro's MO. Not that surprising for a Renzo Gracie fighter, Dave.
No, not at all. He's definitely showing submission savvy here, but they're in Bobby's corner, so he's there listening to Ryan and Brian giving him instructions, and he seems to be following it well. He's staying calm.
In Castro's last fight, he was pretty dominant for the first 2.5 rounds. He had a pretty, how many guillotine attempts did he have? He had at least
6 or 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7 guillotine attempts in the first and second round. But then got clipped in the third round and was finished. But looks like Casale was able to get out. Second round?
Yeah, he put on a lot of submissions in that first round. He went real hard. No different here.
Just
Same
lost
MO.
his second guillotine attempt. Casale able to get out of that one. Again, that can be exhausting going for those submissions. You know, you're going to use up a lot of your energy, and every time you don't get it, maybe doing some damage to the other guy. Castro landing a leg kick, or Castro being hit with the leg kick, and Casale coming up and now peppering him with shots. Is Castro already showing signs of tiring, Dave?
Yeah, Bobby's resilient. He's not going to quit. He's going to keep coming forward. He's got a good gas tank, and he's showing it.
Casale and Castro back to the feet after a spell on the ground. Castro not liking what was going on there. Goes for the takedown and gets it, rolling into. Now he's going to end up in the guard of Casale here. Ankles, locking those ankles together, trying to protect himself. And again, Castro going for the neck.
From full guard.
That's a tough thing to lock in, and doesn't look like he's going to have time to do it with 10 seconds left. Now drops out the right hand to land some body shots. Again, this fight under novice rules, so no headshots on the ground. Round one about to come to a close, and there is the bell. Castro, couple dominating positions there, went for a couple of guillotines. Casale landed a couple shots on the feet that looked like they had Castro stunned for a moment. How do you judge a round like that, Dave?
A tough round. It was a lot of back and forth. Bobby landed the better on the feet, I thought, but it looked like he got controlled a little bit on the ground. I could see 10-9 for Castro there.
I would have to agree with that. Just from the ground control portion, it seemed like Castro felt more comfortable on the ground. He had his back with the hooks and he had a couple of submission attempts. And just from a control standpoint, I would give it to Castro and the judges if I were one of the judges.
And landed a couple of takedowns as well. Not only that control, but landing it and showing pretty good movement on the ground. The question is, towards the last minute or so of that round, he looked a little tired on the feet where he went for that takedown. The more tired he gets, the harder it's going to be to land those takedowns and get it to the ground.
Failed submissions are a lot like missed punches. They drain you.
It's like doing, I always liken it to doing a dead arm hang or a pull-up. Anything that you're doing where you are exercising your arms and stressing them that much, it's going to take a lot out of you. Round number 2 about to get started. Castro versus Casale, a.k.a. Ankles versus Bad Boy. Castro strikes, that left jab in particular, looks to be like he's just sticking it out there and hoping the guy runs into it.
He's definitely uncomfortable when he's throwing, when he's exchanging on the feet. You could see him sort of ducking away and swinging wildly, whereas Casale's a little bit more composed.
He's also got that tighter stance.
Exactly. I was just going to mention that. Hamid's elbows are out a little bit wide. Bobby's elbows are a little bit tighter.
He's also carrying a lot more muscle than Casale, so.
Yeah, which also can build up the lactic acid. Now Casale going for the neck of Castro. He's got the arm in. He's not going to have enough to get this, but now moving into a position where he might be able to get something there. Castro showed dominant groundwork in the first round, but not looking good here. Now Casale looking like maybe a Kimura he might try for.
Looking for the crucifix.
He's got it.
What can he do with this, though? This is going to be a tough position. Again, with these novice rules, you can't strike the head here.
There's a couple of different chokes you can set up from here. And Castro's really in a bad position, although he has Bobby's head now in like a headlock, but we'll see if he's able to transition out of it.
Ooh, out, but onto the back, and then Casale just not able to hold on to that neck that time. Now it's Castro's turn. He's got Casale's neck, and looks like he may try to go for that guillotine choke. Nope, Casale's able to pop out and lands a couple strikes. He's got Castro backing up. Castro ends up with the takedown, but ends up with his neck again in Casale's grip. Very tight round this time. Last round, I think Castro had a little bit more control, more time in top position on the ground. Now, this round's been a little bit more back and forth.
I think there's a significant strength difference showing here between Casale and Castro.
Castro looking like he might, no, his leg is straightened out, so he can't get that body triangle. It looked like he was going for it. He's got the neck once again, and if this were not under novice rules, he would be peppering Casale with shots right now from back mount, essentially, but novice rules, no head strikes on the ground. If you're wondering, that also explains the Muay Thai pads that you're seeing as well. Right now,
able to get on top now. Now he has the back of Castro. See if he's able to get hooks in and is able to materialize anything with it.
He's got the hooks in.
He's got a choke in.
He's got a choke in, but he's on the chin. It's not underneath the chin. So with 35 seconds left, he's got some time to work, but not a lot. Oh, here he goes again. No, he's going just
smart by Bobby here. He's overhooking, trying to stay low on his back here.
Puts his weight all the way over there, making it almost impossible at that point for Castro to stay up.
Good defense by Castro there.
Castro moving into half guard up against the cage. 10 seconds left in the round. A difficult round to score so far. Seems to be a pretty even fight between these two. I mean, either fighter could be up 2 rounds to none right now.
In a round like that, I'd say whoever ends on the top position might get the nod.
Well, in that round, Castro did, but each of them going for the other's neck, none of them successfully. Casale having a little bit more success on the feet, but the fights just aren't staying on the feet for all that long.
Anytime Castro feels uncomfortable, he just reaches down and grabs Bobby's legs, and Bobby doesn't really have the takedown defense experience to stop him. It seems just sort of like Castro's grabbing him and he's falling over. You really can't let people take you down in these novice rules fights, because if you end up with your back on the ground, every second you're down there is a point for the other guy.
Casale definitely, as you see in this replay, looking so much more comfortable on the feet. Castro does not have much of a striking game, despite the fact that he does appear to be the larger fighter overall, maybe even better reach, but again, he's got that kind of jab where he's just sticking it out there and hoping the other guy runs into it, and then follows it up with a wild swinging right, which, if it lands, I guess it could do some damage, but so far it hasn't. Round number 3, again, very difficult fight to score so far. Could be tied, could have one fighter up 2 rounds. Since they don't know, they both got to go for the finish here.
Yep. This is the type of, this is now or do or die, now or never for both of these guys.
If I'm Bobby in this round, I'm going to go back to the leg kicks. He had a lot of success there, and it'll definitely slow down Castro's takedown attempts.
Leg kicks perhaps followed up by going to the head, as Castro has seemed to just not like when those leg kicks land, his hands dropping a little.
Bobby's getting busy on him. He's going for him again.
Caught the leg. Castro ends up. Bobby looking like he might try to work up towards a triangle.
He's got the arm trapped. There it is.
Oh, he may have this
Very
one.
nice.
That
well
is
done.
locked in tightly.
He's got the leg hooked as well.
Locked in, and Castro does not have the opportunity because of these novice rules to go after the head of Casale. It's in there tight. Castro still fighting against it.
Bobby needs to control the head better. There's a little bit of space. He needs to control that head, and it looks like he's going to escape now.
Yeah.
This is where you roll over and you try to end up on top if you're Casale.
Mounted. Oh, I thought he was going to switch to a mounted triangle there. He
does get his head out there. Good job by Castro escaping from a very dangerous spot. Now he says, hey, my turn. Give me that neck, Casale.
Casale has like a straight arm lock, almost like a Kimura type, but I just lost it here.
Now he's got Castro on his back way up high. Neither fighter looking too tired. That's one of the things I'm noticing about this fight, guys.
It's kept the same pace from the first round.
It's been more of almost like a straight jiu-jitsu match at this point. The striking, Casale looked better on the feet, but there was so little of it that it's hard to say that it could have won him around. And then the back and forth ground game. Now we've got Castro working to get under the chin, and he's pretty close to it, but still not quite there.
Doesn't have the angle.
Uncomfortable for Casale, certainly, but not something that's going to pop him out.
When you have an angle there and the ditch of your elbow is on the neck, it's very hard to get the squeeze there. Castro needs to get himself centered under Bobby a little bit better to finish there, but he can come up to mount.
And that's exactly what happens. Dave De La Rocca calling it like he thought it would come. Landing the body shots. Again, headshots not an option, and it looks like he's going for that neck again. Looking for an arming guillotine.
See, now here he's got the angle. The forearm is more under the neck, and this is where he can really exert some pressure here.
We'll see what happens as Casale's able to push out, again, giving up his back. Casale's caught in a bit of what I would call a feedback loop here, where basically he's escaping, but then ending up in the same position over and over again, which that's got to be frustrating and physically and mentally exhausting, Dave.
Anytime someone's on your back like that, you have to be aware of their leg positioning because they can step over to mount like Castro's been doing. So he's got to push and escape that leg so he can escape that back mount properly.
13 seconds left here in the third and final round of this lightweight battle between Bobby Ankles Casale and Hamid Bad Boy Castro. Round 3 about to come to a close. Casale finishes that round on top, Eric. You said that may be enough to give somebody a round here and there. A difficult fight to score, in my opinion. That could have gone either way. That last round, back and forth again. What do the judges do in a situation like this?
I don't know, though. That's why they go round by round, and they definitively know who wins each. Because just watching that last round there, I would say Casale probably claimed the closest to finishing the fight with that triangle.
Oh, yeah.
And I would give him the round just for that, and he ended up on top when the bell rang. But those first 2 rounds, like we said, the first round could have really went either way, maybe gave Castro a slight edge. Same with the second round, but you don't know. We're only watching from one angle here, and the judges are on all 3 sides of the cage.
With that triangle coming so close in the third round, it makes me think with the first round maybe looking like it was a little bit Castro, that the second round may be the key here, and it looks like we're going to have our results here in just a moment. And when we do, we'll get those to you. Looking at the replay, here's Castro again on the back. Boy, a lot of necks were in danger in this fight, but no neck was finished. A lot of protecting necks going on in honor of the Wu-Tang Clan. Here at Triton Fight 6 at the sold-out Space at Westbury on Long Island. Triton Fight 6 brought to you by Tiger Life Energy Drink. Find out about them at tigerlife.com. There you see UFC veteran Ryan LaFleur telling Ankles Casale, hey, good job out there, and you don't know whether you won or lost. Let's find out, and we'll find out in just a moment as the official results are in, and we send it to our ring announcer, Steve Peacock.
And from the judges' scorecards, from Judge A, scored 28-29. Judge B, 27-30. Judge C, 27-30. And the winner by unanimous decision came out of the blue corner, Hamid Castro.